was an absolutely appalling defeat, performance-wise. Goals conceded that were unbelievable, all at the Reebok Stadium on Saturday. Unmemorable moment in the Boro history. What a pity that 1,700 terrific fans were there trying to urge them on. The team just couldn't respond. I felt that it was more in the mind than anywhere else. I thought they were nervous, edgy, obviously worried about going down, but really you've got to try and put that thing on the shelf in the dressing room and come out and perform. And Boro, just every time something went wrong, they seemed to go to pieces. Took a while to recover. Even when we had the moment when Boro equalised, best goal of the game, ironically, from Gary O'Neill. It only lasted 5 minutes and they went behind again, and really the defending was just absolutely abysmal. And I mean, it's fair to say it applies to the whole team, not just the defence. They didn't play as a unit at all. Tried a different system at the start. That was changed quite quickly when Emmanuel Pogatetz was injured. Andrew Taylor came on. They went from what was essentially a 3-4-1-2 to a 4-4-2, but didn't make any difference. They just played like a side that believed the championship was just round the corner. Totally unacceptable. No wonder Gareth Southgate said afterwards he was embarrassed. It was embarrassing for everybody, not worthy really, very disappointing. I understand that there's so much going on in the minds of the players at the moment. They're scared to death of going down. They don't want it to happen. But the way to deal with that's really to stand up and be counted. Go out there, battle, scrap for every ball. I do worry a little bit that they try to concentrate on playing too much football. You can't do that very easily against a side like Bolton. They paid the penalty, well beaten in the end. It was an awful afternoon for the club. A lot of headlines in the newspapers afterwards asking whether Gareth Southgate would be resigning or whether he was under threat. And Gareth came out and responded and said, what's the point of that? You've got to carry on. I'm in charge of the ship. It's my responsibility. I'm taking the criticism. I'm taking the flak. I've prepared the players for the games. I'm the one who does everything basically. I brought them here. I've got to carry on. I've got to try and bring them through this. It would be suicide to leave. In many respects I agree with that. I mean, what's the point of being a ship without a captain in the last 7 games of the season? Gareth's got to stay on. We don't know what will happen after the summer, but in terms of the last 7 games they've got to have somebody at the helm, and Gareth's the man in position at the moment, so he'll carry on. I do think he's under a lot of pressure to improve things. One win in 19 in the league's totally unacceptable. It's down to the manager as much as the players, and there has to be an improvement all around. It's his job to prepare the team for Saturday's game against Hull City. He's got to do it well, he's got to do it properly, he's got to make sure he selects the right side. He's got to send the players out absolutely and utterly fired up and believing they can win the game. A lot of responsibility there, but that's why he's paid to be manager, and there's got to be a result this weekend. No ifs or buts. Boro must get the 3 points against the Tigers on Saturday. I don't care how they do it. They don't necessarily have to do it in style. They don't necessarily have to perform. They don't have to pass the ball around wonderfully. We'll settle for a goal going in off Alves's backside, and that'll do for the 3 points. Thank you very much. We do know, of course, that Hull City will come here and scrap and battle, just like every other team in the bottom half of the table has done this season. Boro have managed to beat only one of them. That was Stoke City, a long way back in August, it seems now. Since then, they've huffed and puffed, been pretty poor, in fact, against other struggling sides, and beaten none of them. Again, using the word unacceptable, that applies again. It is unacceptable, and it's an Achilles heel. It's been with Boro for a long time, but again they've got to bring it to an end. They've got to turn the corner. They've got to start beating sides like these. It's the old adage, isn't it? If you want to win the war, you've got to win the battle first. Boro just don't seem to be capable of doing this. They've got to roll the sleeves up, go out and battle, go out and scrap. It doesn't matter about playing football. They've got to dominate the other side, and once they've done that, then they can start playing football, then they can try and win the game. I think too much emphasis has been put on pretty football against sides who've come up close shot, battled and scrapped, and stopped Boro from playing effectively. It's got to work the other way around now. We've got to see Boro go out there determined, showing that they really want to win these 3 points on Saturday. The whole future of the club is at stake. In any case, a lot of people will be turning up on Saturday. They deserve to see a performance and they deserve to see a victory. Come on, Boro, do it.